Kasbo, Sindh Province, Pakistan. "Hey, Space Cadet!" Ian looked over his shoulder, then turned in his seat, a rickety fold-out chair facing the wall of the Toyota Hi-Ace panel van now threading its way westward through the remote Pakistan village. He was met with a smoldering gaze from Cancer, who sat atop the bench on the opposite side of the cargo area. "Come here," the intelligence operative cut him off. Cancer rose and stepped toward him, keeping his head down in the van's jostling interior, eager for a confrontation. He leaned in close enough for Ian to speak without being overheard by their teammates in the back. "Do you remember," Ian said quietly, "that time I told Riley how to treat a collapsed lung after someone got shot?" Cancer thought for a moment. "No. What about when I gave Worthy advice on his close-range speed shooting?" The grizzled sniper was silent then, beginning to get the point. "Or," Ian added, "when I tried to educate you on how to make a sniper shot at 1,200 meters, remember that?" "No?" He paused a beat before continuing. "That's because I don't lecture people on anything that's not my area of expertise." "But why, Ian?" "Because everyone knows how to do their own specialty better than I do. So they don't need me to tell them how to do it, do they? Which is why I find it fascinating that you've got the audacity to do the opposite, especially when I could at least take a swing at doing any of the above myself, while seeing you try to work my equipment in cross-training was like watching a monkey try to read a roadmap. Need I go on?" Cancer found his seat on the bench, shifting uneasily as Ian glanced at the others. Riley was watching him over the dog-eared pages of one of his mindless military thriller novels. How the medic could possibly continue to read that kind of fictional drivel after doing the real thing himself was a mystery to Ian. Worthy, meanwhile, was in a state of zen-like calm, watching the van's progress on his phone's satellite imagery with a look of peaceful focus. The only disturbing thing about the scene was everyone's attire, or lack thereof. Instead of the usual tactical kit that was currently stowed in stash bags at their feet, they wore civilian clothes with, as a final affront, concealed pistols as the only weapons to their name. That detail alone lent the entire scene a surreal quality, particularly given how utterly vulnerable they'd be if compromised. It was a far cry from their usual arrangement. No member of the team rode up front to supervise their driver. For one thing, this wasn't an area where they could risk having an American spotted in the passenger seat. And for another, in this case their driver needed no supervision. Ian turned back in his fold-out chair to face the wall of the van. Sure, he'd just told off Cancer, for perhaps the first time in their history together.